Welcome to the latest episode of Football News. Today we'll discuss the hottest topics in the football world. What's happening at Manchester City? Pep Guardiola has once again hinted at leaving, but the club fully trusts him and is ready to spend big on reinforcements. City are eyeing Rodrigo from Real Madrid and are prepared to fight for him this summer. Additionally, they are willing to splash $200 million on Bayer Leverkusen stars Florian Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong. What does this mean for City's future? Chelsea is chasing a Liverpool star. Luis Díaz might leave Anfield and become one of the highest-paid players at Stamford Bridge. Barcelona wants Virgil van Dijk. Are the Catalans preparing a shocking transfer move? And can Liverpool keep hold of their captain? Ansu Fati to Beşiktaş? The Spanish wonder kid could be loaned out until the end of the season. What's behind this decision? Casemiro on the way out? The Brazilian midfielder might leave Manchester United and head to Flamengo. Cristiano Ronaldo extends his contract with Al-Nassr. Why did the Portuguese legend decide to stay, and can he reach 1,000 career goals? We are talking about this and much more today. This is a hot selection of the most interesting football news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and like this video to get more news about our favorite game. Your support is very important to us. Let's get started. Pep Guardiola speaks about his future at Manchester City, but he's not worried. Pep Guardiola has once again addressed his future at Manchester City, but judging by his words, he has no concerns about his position. Do I feel my job is at risk? No. I don't think doctors, architects, or professors are told they are at risk. Of course, I hear these talks in the stadiums, but I don't feel anxious. Today I am calm, but who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll be out of a job. For now, I don't have that feeling. The club's official website quotes the manager. City's management clearly has complete trust in Guardiola, as shown by their investments in the squad during the winter transfer window. Despite some inconsistent results this season, the club continues to build a team under the Spanish coach. Speaking of transfers, reports have emerged that Manchester City is seriously targeting Real Madrid's Rodrigo. According to the Spanish press, this is a personal request from Guardiola. The English club even made an offer for the Brazilian in the winter, but Real had no intention of letting him go mid-season, and Rodrigo himself was not ready for such a move. However, City is not giving up and will continue its pursuit of the forward. There have already been discussions about Rodrigo's future at Real Madrid. When rumors of Kylian Mbappe's potential arrival began circulating, reports suggested that one of Real's current attackers might have to leave, with Rodrigo being named the main candidate. The Brazilian, possibly frustrated by the speculation or simply wanting to share his thoughts, once said, "For me, Manchester City is the best team in the world, playing the best football." He later had to apologize for these words, but many believed it was a hint at a possible future move to England. Meanwhile, City is preparing two more major transfers. They are targeting Bayer Leverkusen duo Florian Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong. According to Transfermarkt, Wirtz is valued at $140 million, while Frimpong's price tag stands at $50 million. However, City is willing to spend $200 million to secure both players. City's interest in Wirtz is nothing new. Rumors have long suggested that the German is seen as a potential successor to Kevin De Bruyne, who may leave the club this summer. It seems that the winter transfer window was just the beginning. City's management is clearly planning something huge. The big question remains, where will Wirtz play next season? It's clear that Bayer is just a stepping stone in his career, and Manchester City is one of the top contenders for his signature. After all, when it comes to transfers, City is always ready to go all the way. Chelsea targets one of Liverpool's key players, Luis Díaz. According to media reports, the Blues are ready to make a significant offer for the Colombian and turn him into one of the highest-paid players in the squad. Currently, Transfermarkt values Díaz at $85 million, but it's clear that Liverpool will demand no less than $100 million for him. Additionally, there were previous reports that the player himself had considered a move to La Liga. Even his father once admitted that he dreamed of seeing his son play for one of Madrid's clubs. We thought that after Porto, Luis would move to either Real Madrid or Atletico since these clubs have a strong history with Colombian players. He has always wanted to live in Madrid, so the hope is still alive, Díaz's father revealed. However, the transfer never materialized at the time and Díaz remained at Liverpool. Now, the situation may have changed again, and Chelsea is trying to take advantage. However, the price tag for the player seems quite high. There's no doubt that Díaz is a quality footballer, But is he really worth that much? The question remains open. Meanwhile, Chelsea has bigger problems. The team has been knocked out of the FA Cup after a 2-1 defeat to Brighton. "Losing in the cup is a disgrace," said Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca in a brief comment on the defeat. But there's some good news. 16-year-old Kairat striker Dostan Satpayev has officially become a Chelsea player. The club from Almaty confirmed the deal, stating that it was the most expensive transfer in their history. The total fee, including bonuses, amounts to $4.5 million. Satpayev is a product of Kairat's academy, having progressed through all stages of their development system. He has already made history as the youngest debutant in the club's history. However, he won't be moving to Chelsea immediately. He will continue playing for Kairat until he turns 18, allowing him to gain more experience. Moving to Chelsea is undoubtedly a huge step forward, but Satpayev still has a long road ahead. Competition in the London club is incredibly high, and not all young talents manage to secure a place in the first team. For now, his main goal is to play regularly for Kairat, so that Chelsea doesn't regret their investment. Congratulations to Dostan on this important milestone in his career, and we wish him success on his journey to the big stage. Virgil van Dijk could continue his career at Barcelona. This was the headline published by the Spanish outlet El Nacional. According to their reports, Barcelona's management is seriously interested in signing the Dutch defender and hopes to acquire him for free once his contract with Liverpool expires. Van Dijk himself has not given any concrete answers about his future. When journalists asked him about his plans for next season, he gave a vague response. "What does the future hold? I have no idea." Anyone who says they know actually knows nothing. If he wanted to stay at Liverpool, he would likely say so directly. Instead, he is fueling speculation, perhaps in an attempt to secure better terms in a new contract. Meanwhile, Barcelona is considering different options. If they are unable to sign Van Dijk for free, the Catalans may sell Ronald Araujo to free up funds for the deal. Despite the Uruguayan recently signing a new contract, his release clause stands at a relatively modest $65 million. It's worth noting that Araujo was close to joining Juventus this winter, but the deal fell through at the last moment. Perhaps the new contract was simply a strategy to increase his market value ahead of a potential sale. After all, it's hard to imagine that Barcelona intends to keep him until the end of his contract. As for Van Dijk, he could be a fantastic addition to Barcelona's squad. An experienced defender and a leader on the field, exactly the kind of player Hansi Flick needs to strengthen his backline. Of course, for now, this remains just a rumor. Van Dijk may genuinely plan to extend his contract with Liverpool, but he could also be using this situation to negotiate better terms. However, if Barcelona does manage to sign him for free, it would be one of the biggest transfers of next summer. Ansu Fati could finish the season in Turkey. Beşiktaş is interested in signing the Barcelona player on loan until the end of the season. Negotiations are still ongoing, but the Spaniard's future at the Catalan club remains uncertain. Interestingly, amid these rumors, Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick admitted that he had an open conversation with Fati. "I spoke to Ansu very honestly. Of course, you can't expect everything to change in a day after one conversation, but he is moving in the right direction. There were moments in his game where he showed a high level. That's exactly what we're aiming for." These words were reported by journalist Fabrizio Romano. Meanwhile, Fati himself does not seem to be in a hurry to make a move. His contract with Barcelona runs until 2027, and he has no reason to give up his current salary. No other club is likely to offer him the same financial terms. That's why a loan move remains the best option for Barca, at least to partially ease their wage bill. At one point, Fati was hailed as the new Messi, and top clubs were willing to pay more than $100 million for him. However, his current market value on Transfermarkt has dropped to just $10 million. Back then, Barca decided it was too early to sell their young talent, but in the end, he never lived up to expectations. A loan spell at Brighton did not help him regain his former level. He struggled to establish himself in the Premier League, and now Barcelona has to find another solution for him. Turkey could actually be a good option. Beşiktaş is an ambitious club that competes for titles and a Champions League spot. Playing in the Turkish league could give Fati the game time he needs and a chance to restart his career. So, a move to Beşiktaş could very well mark a new chapter in the Spaniard's career. Now we just have to wait for official news and see how the situation develops. Casemiro could leave Manchester United and continue his career at Flamengo. Manchester United's management is willing to let the Brazilian leave on loan and even cover part of his salary to facilitate the deal. However, even with this financial support, Flamengo will still have to pay a significant amount. This was reported by journalist Jorge Nicola. Interestingly, Casemiro's situation somewhat resembles that of Ansu Fati. Both were once key players for their clubs but have now become more of a burden. Of course, Casemiro has had a far more successful career, but at this moment, United doesn't need him any more than Barcelona needs Fati. Earlier reports suggested that Casemiro could move to Roma, but the deal fell through due to his high salary demands. Clearly, the Brazilian has no intention of making financial concessions. His contract with United runs until 2026, and he logically wants to take full advantage of the financial benefits outlined in his agreement. Most likely, his agent is following the same strategy. Currently, Transfermarkt values Casemiro at $12 million. The big question is whether any club will be willing to take him under the current financial conditions, or if he will remain at United, seeing out his contract from the bench. Cristiano Ronaldo extends his contract with Al-Nassr at least. That's the information reported by journalist Nicholas Kira. According to his sources, the new agreement runs until 2026, while the previous contract was set to expire at the end of this season. Previously, rumors in the media suggested that the new deal would bring the Portuguese superstar even greater financial rewards than his current one. And this is despite his age, a factor that usually decreases a player's market value. But honestly, this contract extension can hardly be considered a surprise. It's not just about the money. Recently, Cristiano has been talking more and more about his goal of reaching 1,000 career goals. That milestone is now within reach, and the quickest way to achieve it is in Saudi Arabia, where the level of football is still different from that of Europe's top leagues. I am sure he will score 1,000 goals while playing for Al-Nassr, and we will throw a big celebration for it, said the club's commercial director. At Al-Nassr, they always knew that extending his contract was only a matter of time, and now it has finally happened. This means that all the speculation about Cristiano potentially returning to Europe can now be dismissed as just rumors. Of course, it would have been exciting to see Ronaldo back in a European club. How about a return to Sporting? Victor Gyökeres is leaving, and in his place, the club's legend could come back to finish his career where it all began. That would be a beautiful story. But it seems that Cristiano has chosen a different path. Right now, his main goal is to keep scoring, and Al-Nassr provides him with every opportunity to do so. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.